Hi, good evening. We're going to talk about Chapter 2 today. And Chapter 2 is about management and planning, and it's going to cover a business plan. So let me park myself up in my little corner over here so that you can still see me. So Chapter 2 is about financial management and planning. And again, this is where we're going to talk about a business plan. I actually wrote a business plan in 2004, obtained a $100,000 loan for it. For my business that was already running out of my house. And I will share that this week with you. I'll actually share you my business plan and my financial projections on that. So the first part of Chapter 2 is about what we call management functions. My master's is actually in management. So I love this particular chapter. Of course, you'll hear me say that about a lot of the chapters. But management, there's certain functions of management. And remember, this is all about terminology here, so I'm not going to go over all the terms because you'll be able to do that. So just a couple things. You need to have a strategic plan, and that's the large picture or the big picture plan to establish a business. Functional planning is driven at the smaller level. So each area of your business, the accounting, the marketing, or the HR, will have a functional planning. All of the functional planning will be driven to the strategic plan. You'll always be working to the overall strategic plan. So in order to have planning and in order to plan and have plans, you need to be able to set goals for a business. Okay. Now goals really, when I ask students to write a business plan and I tell them to write goals, what I hear them say is, oh, I want to make a buttload of money in the first year, or I want to sell lots. Well, that's not good enough. You're going to actually need to have some very specific goals. They have to be measurable. This is key right here. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me turn on my little cursor here. Hold on, guys. My pointer. Okay, here we go. They have to be measurable, achievable, and have a time frame. So instead of saying I want to make a buttload of money, you could say something like, I'd like to have sales of $100,000 at the end of my first year. So that is, there's a time frame, it can be achieved, and you can measure it. So at the end of the first year, whatever your sales were, you can measure that. So most of your goals have to be measurable. That's the key here. Now, basic financial goals for a for-profit organization is obviously different than a nonprofit. But the first and foremost goal of any for-profit is to maximize the wealth of the business owners over the life of the business. It's basically in order to allows you as the business owner to make enough money to pay yourself and to invest in yourself and into some sort of annuity or some sort of funds that will take care of you later on. Okay? And of course to grow. So this is an example of some basic financial goals for a for-profit. So goal setting is a management function. There are actually 5, and this is not a management class, so I'm not going to actually get into all the different things. But goal setting is one. Organizing is a second function. Okay? Organizing means basically setting everything up. So how is it going to run? Who's going to do what? What time frame will it be accomplished in? How will it get accomplished, and where will it be accomplished? So this is organization, and this is extremely part of any management function. And this is usually done at the very top level. Okay, so that's 2 functions of management. Now we're going to talk about a few more. Staffing is one. This is where you actually hire somebody. Often you'll hire a manager who will hire somebody else, or you'll have an HR person. In small businesses, guess what, guys? You are the HR person. So you have to know what the job requirements are. You have to develop a job description. And you need to have all these if you're going to implement it into a business plan. And that's what this chapter is about, is writing a business plan. So this is the 3rd function right here. The 5th function is called directing or leading. It's basically getting people that you've hired for your business on board to do the exact same thing you want them to do. Okay? It's getting people, your employees buy-in to your goals. Now, so basically most organizations, the top management will make the goals and the lower management or the middle management job is to obtain the goals. In a small business, often you might actually include your employees in the goal setting. Okay, so directing or leading is the fourth portion. Sorry about that. Okay, last is called controlling. Now, this does not mean controlling like you think it means. It basically means, hey, let's make sure we're going to set a standard of measure, something that a benchmark, something we can measure against. Then we're going to go back after the first year. Maybe our benchmark will be, okay, I want to get 2 new customers a month for the first 12 months. So that's my standard to measure. That's my benchmark. From there, I'm going to measure my performance against the standard. So at the end of 3 months, I'm going to go back and say, hey, did I get 2 new customers? Do I have 6 new customers? Did I make my performance? Okay, and then another part of controlling is when I realize that the actual standard of measurement is wrong, make some sort of corrective action. So when your actual performance varies from what you've established, what type of corrective action? Why did it not perform the way you expected it to? Were the actual standard or the measurement at the beginning set incorrectly? Do something to fix it. Okay, so this is more about management and the 5 steps of management. If you've never taken a principles of management class, honestly, take one. Again, that's what my master's degree is in, is principles of management or management. And basically we were told it's learning how to manage others, but before you can do that, you have to learn how to manage yourself. So it's really a good thing about helping you as a manager become self-aware of who you are, what you do, and what you want to do. So I highly suggest that. Okay, on the next videos, we're going to talk about small business and different forms of business ownership. So this is all for the first half of Chapter 2. Thank you.